So I just took a little video of myself a little bit ago explaining about what I was looking to get out as far as information. Now I'll start talking a little bit about what we're doing. Uh, the first video was inside of my vehicle where there wasn't any wind noise, so I apologize if there's a little wind noise while I'm out here walking in the field. This field was flown on. This was previously soybeans, and we flew on the cover crop seed right about the last week of September. The leaves were starting to turn yellow and getting close to dropping. Flew it on, got two nice rains within about 48 hours after flying on the seed, which gave us a great germination and stand. And this seeding mix was Elbon cereal rye, a beardless barley, which I can't remember the variety of, also fixation, Balanza clover, crimson clover, hairy vetch, and rapeseed as well. I'm not seeing as much of the rapeseed or canola A, as you'd like to call it. Oh, there's one. Let's see. But all of the other components have been showing up pretty well. The vetch especially has started to wake up here, so I'm hoping that the rapeseed's going to here pretty soon as well. And part of the reason why I went with a 50-50 mix of my cereal rye and winter barley was because of some of the effects that people talk about with cereal rye tying up a lot of nitrogen, and maybe even perhaps, primarily tying up nitrogen. And so what I did was to kind of try, and also because the rye breaks down so slowly, the barley should break down a little bit faster, and hopefully maybe provide a little bit of mid to late season in, and hopefully the rye is going to provide us with some late season in as it mineralizes as well. Got the seed from Green Cover Seed, used their online calculator that they have available that asks you questions about what your primary resource concerns are, what are you trying to do, and some of my primary concerns, or what we were trying to attempt to do, was to raise organic matter. We were looking to break up surface compaction and also intermediate and deep compaction if we can, and also cycling nutrients, capturing some nitrogen, not letting it get away. And we intend to plant grain into this mix later on. That comes with a little trepidation, although I've heard a lot of folks say that it scared them to death, but once they tried it, they got through it pretty well. And so that's what we want to do. We're going to have we're going to bring a roller crimper in and roll it after we plant it, and also put on some urea that's treated with agritane as kind of a kicker to help us get going. I want this mix to supply probably somewhere in the neighborhood of half to 2/3 of the nitrogen that we're going to need. 2 years ago, under irrigation, this farm averaged about 290 bushel to the acre corn, and so our yield goal is going to be somewhere in that neighborhood. And I'm looking to lean heavily on the fixation of nitrogen from the legumes. And one of the nice things about having irrigation is that we can put some more in on through the pivot if we need to. The dry land, we don't have that luxury. Most of this area is dry land crop production, but we're fortunate that we do have some irrigation. We have a narrow aquifer that runs through our area, and we're lucky to be sitting on it. Let's see. Notice the clover is starting to green up and take off as well. Pretty happy about most of what I'm seeing out here. I think we had a little bit of winter kill maybe on the barley. Need to get down and identify that and make sure it's the barley and not the rye, but pretty sure that that's the case. Looks like we're getting some pretty good tillering on the rye as well, and we'll report more down the road.